Many survivors, family members, and loved ones, along with frontline service workers, bravely shared their voices and their thoughts about the design of this inquiry. What we heard was raw and intensely personal. They left no doubt in our minds about the urgent need to examine the underlying and deep systemic challenges of this violence, including racism, sexism, and the sustained impact of colonialism. Specifically, we heard that policing and child welfare systems need to be examined. We heard that the inquiry needs to have the authority to make recommendations relevant to federal, provincial, and territorial responsibility. It should not have a one-size-fits-all approach and must recognize the diversity of Indigenous peoples in Canada and the regional differences. We also heard clearly that it should be Indigenous-led and that women should play a major role.
In the pre-inquiry sessions held across the country, some of the families of the missing and murdered Indigenous women and girls told us that they wanted to know more about what happened to their loved ones, but found it hard to get the information. So to help them to get the information, the Department of Justice will immediately increase financial assistance to the provinces and territories. Specifically, the department will provide $11.67 million over 3 years to help the provinces and territories establish new family information liaison units within their existing victim services departments. The Department of Justice will also allocate an additional $4.5 million to support victim service projects across the country that will directly help the families of the murdered and missing Indigenous women and girls. This funding will help address gaps where needs are high, building on the work of Indigenous organizations and specialized victim services programs. The services these new funds support will complement the inquiry's objectives and of the Government of Canada's commitment to promoting reconciliation with Indigenous peoples.